So it's New Comic Book Day. We're going to talk a little bit about the books that I picked up, what I think is a good book for you to still run out and try to get if you get your hands on it, and talk a little bit about the upcoming stuff in the MCU like Black Widow and Loki, but keeping it spoiler free. You want to find out about what I picked up and what I think? Stick around. Welcome back, family. Thank you so much for joining yet again. We're going to get our little Wednesday night tiny bottle. It's an Admiral Nelson's 101 proof. Yeah. So, I mean, some people drink beer. I don't drink beer. I actually consider it to be, I don't like the taste of beer, and it's not very efficient. So, this is more to the point. So anyway, what did I pick up today on New Comic Book Day? Well, it's actually, I only had 2 books on pre-order, believe it or not, and I wound up walking out with quite the stack. So, one was, if anybody has, this has a little spoiler if you haven't read it yet, but based on how the book is shooting up in value, you might want to know this, okay? So, X Factor number 10. Apparently, there's a different version that is selling extremely high, around $90 already on release day on eBay. From what I haven't looked it up myself, but I've heard that the North Star version, is actually selling for about $20 to $25 on eBay. This is a variant edition, and I just got it for cover price. There were 2 copies left, and me and another guy went like, one for you, one for me? Sure. So I'm not going to try to hoard it. I got myself a copy. I'm fine. Now, the reason it's shooting up, if you haven't read this yet, hit mute, okay? And I'll raise my hand and I'll put my hand down when it's clear for you to know. Muted? Good. It's supposed to be the death of the Scarlet Witch. So I don't know if that's true or if it's going to be long-lasting, and I don't want to elaborate any more on that in case somebody is already unmuted. But that's the reason, and based on that, I really think that this will be, as JP would put it, and I'll be back. I don't see this holding long-term value in that range, but just because it was still cover price for me, I picked up a copy. I'm happy. A different book that I came out last week, and I got 1 copy, and they secured some additional ones at an additional price, but I've seen that these are actually selling very well on eBay, Mercari, and all the secondary markets, is Batman Reptilian. Okay, so if you still had the opportunity to pick up copies of this, I picked up 2 copies at $7 a piece, and I see them selling for higher than this, so I was happy to grab a couple copies. He had more, but I don't want to hoard them all. Okay, I don't want to walk in and say, oh, I'll take all 87 copies that you have so I can corner the market. It's not why I'm in this, okay? Would I like to make profit? Of course, but I also want somebody else to come back into the store half an hour later and say, oh, good, you still have a copy. It's because we're a family here. So I picked up 2 copies of Parasomnia. One, A and B. They're both they're Dark Horse Comics. Number 1. Hey, I'm getting a little better with trying to keep them up at the right angle. What do you think? I actually only pre-ordered it almost looks like the Headless Horseman version, but he has a head. And I saw the other one on the shelf, and I ordered one, and I picked up the other one. I saw it on the shelf. And they were actually sold out of them. So apparently this is selling pretty well. 1 copy of Basilisk, number 1. I did not see these specifically selling out a lot, but I mean, it's not like they were dead, but we'll see what happens. It's a Boom Studios one, and they've been putting out some really, really good books lately. So, this, I'm sure, will be overprinted just like the Kanto Hollow Man, and will go nowhere, just like the Kanto Hollow Man that I bought 10 copies of, and it went nowhere. But Usagi Yojimbo, Dragon Bellow Conspiracy, number 1. Actually, this may be my first Usagi Yojimbo book. So, just wanted to get one. And the next one 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 books are all concerning the same title. Now, this is something that I saw on the pre-order list and I just scanned right past it. The cover did not interest me, and I didn't pre-order it, and thankfully they had copies there. Barbaric #1. Okay, I saw this, I'm like, it looks like some cheap ripoff of Conan #1. I'm not interested. Sorry, I'm not. But I wound up picking up that copy and that version and that version. More to the point, I picked up 3 copies, 1, 2, 3, of the polybag one. Now, there are 2 books in here, and I'm not ready to open one up just yet, but the book that's behind it, I'm not going to show even if I opened it, because I try to keep this to be a kid-friendly book. It's definitely in the realm of like a Vampirella, and from what he showed me in the store, it definitely also has a nip slip. So the book will not be shown on this channel, and if I do get them graded at any point, when they come back, I will have post-its over the provocative areas. But just on the fact that it's got provocative areas, the book is actually selling very well. And as a result, they did have a 1 in 25, a 1 in 50, and a 1 in 75 in the store, and I got the 1 in 75 sketch variant. I don't generally go for the 25, 50, 75 that often. They had the 50, which was 1 in 50, which is this in color, but I liked the black and white look of it. And thankfully, I mean, John over at Back to Back, he actually had them both for the same price. So for the same price, I'll take a 75 over a 50 anytime. Oh, did I say Back to Back? I'm sorry. He changed his name. The comic store is now known as Syndicate Comics and Collectibles. Yep, there we go. And I didn't know. He promised me that he was going to let me know when, so I could give a big shout out for like a big announcement. Apparently, he announced it last week and didn't tell me. The bum. So I went in today and went, Syndicate? He's like, yeah, we announced that last week. I'm like, well, you didn't tell me. He said, well, how did you know? I said, when I did my pre-order last call, I popped in a couple books, and as it pops up, it says, Syndicate Comics has accepted your order. I'm like, who the heck is Syndicate Comics? Oh, he changed his name and didn't tell me. The bum. I felt so left out. But anyway, again, it's comics. We're going to have fun with this. I have to center that. That is so... Oh, too much. Oh. It might be about as good as I'm going to get it. Leave it. Who cares? So, the other things I wanted to talk about. One is my take on Loki so far. And again, I'm not going to get into any details if people haven't watched it. I haven't watched episode 4 yet. Just I've seen the first 3 episodes, and what do I think about it going into episode 4? It's okay. It's okay. I know that I was more hooked with Falcon and Winter Soldier by episode 3. At the end of episode 3 of WandaVision, I was literally, what the heck is this, and why am I watching it? There are so many people that gave up after 3 episodes, and I'm pleading with them, just watch the 4th, and everything makes sense. So, I don't know how Loki is going to play out, okay? Right now, for me, it's at the 3 episodes of each, forgetting about how Falcon Winter Soldier proceeded, forgetting about how WandaVision, went on. Just the first 3 episodes. I'm kind of in the middle between the 2. I liked Falcon Winter Soldier first 3 episodes the best. Loki it's right about where I thought it would be, maybe a little less. It's cute. It's kind of painting Loki to be an idiot sometimes, in my opinion. Like everybody else is smarter than him, and I don't get that. After 1,500 years of being the god of mischief, I gotta think that you'd be able to manipulate a little better, or play your, hide your motivation, your motives a little bit better than the way they're laying it out. I don't know. Again, though, I want to see where this show goes, because so far the 2 shows that they've come out with, WandaVision and Falcon and Winter Soldier, have both, they pulled out the same exact emotions that Endgame did and Infinity War did. I mean, I was crying like a little baby at the end of WandaVision. When I saw Isaiah in the Captain America Museum, and he comes over, I'm like, is he going to punch him? Is he going to hug him? Is he going to punch him? He's going to hug him. And he hugs him, and I was like, I'm all choked up. Oh, my God. So, yeah, I've put Loki up on a high standard because, let's be honest, this is the one that we were really looking forward to the most. So we put this on a really high pedestal, expecting greatness, and it's unfair expectations for the TV show. Let's be honest about this. Either it achieves a 10 and is right where we thought it was going to be, and we're like, okay, or it underachieves. And geez, that's like trying to follow Heath Ledger's Joker or something. It's just, forget it. I like the show so far, and I have to try to keep an open mind. Now, from what I've seen on The Black Widow, which is coming out next Friday, I did watch Everything Always, and he got to go to a premiere and see the movie already. And his video does not give any spoilers, which is very good. I'm glad. I don't want to be spoiled. But he does touch on something that is very important to me personally, and hopefully to a lot of other people, was he actually got choked up in the very beginning when he was sitting in the crowd of people in a packed movie theater watching the WandaVision credits open up, realizing that this is the first time that he's done this in 2 years since Endgame. And he didn't realize how much he missed being in that atmosphere until he was actually in it. And he started to get a little choked up about it. Now, last year, I was super excited, stoked, whatever you want to say, about going to see the New Mutants. And I went first day, hoping there'd be some big crowds or whatnot. There were 8 people in the movie theater. 8. I'm like, hello, anybody? I felt like the guy that's going from Titanic. Is there anybody out there? One guy on the other side blowing a whistle. I'm over here. So, now granted, it was right in the middle of the COVID pandemic, and New Mutants had been pretty much in the can for 2 years and not released, so not many people expected much from it. And to be perfectly honest, it was an okay film. It wasn't great. It wasn't great. But it was great to just go to the movies again. And that's what I wanted. So I'm really, really hoping that next weekend when I go to go see Black Widow, that it will be a packed house. Or at least say 80% full. Okay? I don't want to go in there and look around like, there's somebody. There's somebody. I want to be surrounded by my fellow nerds. My fellow geeks. Okay? I was in a parking lot of a Publix grocery store yesterday, and somebody was walking towards me with a t-shirt that had Black Panther #2 on it. And I thought it was so cool because I've seen Black Panther #1. I haven't seen a shirt for Black Panther #2. And I said, I'm really digging the shirt. And we wound up talking for about 15 minutes in the parking lot. And, you know, at one point his son gets out of the car because he kind of looks at him like, you know, Dad, I'm hungry. And he's like, well, talking comic books, you'll deal with it. So, yeah, I'm really looking forward to going to the movie theaters again and trying to relive that experience again. I still watch the reaction videos for Endgame and Infinity War, and it chokes me up because I remember what it was like when I was there and I saw it for the first time. I'm really hooked on reaction videos lately. So, but what are you planning on doing? Are you gonna go watch? Are you gonna watch it on Disney Plus when it premieres? I mean, it's like $30, which it's like the cost of 2 people going to the movies with popcorn anyway. 4 people. Jeez. I wish. Or are you gonna go to the movie theater? Are you gonna go see it on the big screen? Or are you gonna just say, I'll wait until it comes out on free access for Disney Plus or on DVD, which may be a few months. I'd love to know, what is the general population gonna do? If you can, please throw it in the comments. Just say movies, Disney Plus premiere, Disney Plus, or not interested. I'd love to take a little poll here. If you're in North Georgia, hopefully I'll see you there. As far as the review that Everything Always gave it, he said that if he were to rank it in the middle of the 24 films, I guess you'd say now, after Far From Home, he would put it somewhere between 10 and 15, which, that's fine. I mean, I didn't like Far From Home. I really did not like Far From Home. I felt that what they did, they were following Endgame, and I felt that they were thinking they had to compete with Endgame, that they had to live up to its lofty standards, and I feel like they tried to do too much with that movie, and it got to the point where it was almost confusing. And I would have preferred a simple solo character Spider-Man movie. It was good, but if I were to rank Far From Home, I would definitely put it in the 18 to 20 range as far as the top 24. Don't worry, nothing's competing with Dark World or Iron Man 2 or 3. And I didn't like the ending of 1, actually. I thought Obadiah Stane was a little bit too comic booky. I don't know how else to say it. It was definitely something that was just like, I don't know. The first movie, Iron Man, had done so much more. I was disappointed with the ending. With the ending, I Am Iron Man was just, I love that. That brought me right back. So where do you stand on this? Do you think that this movie is going to live up to your standards? Do you think this movie is going to be everything that you hoped it was? Do you have high expectations, or do you think it's going to be okay? I mean, again, this is another movie that's been in the can and waiting to be released for quite a while. I am looking forward to supporting the movie theaters again. So let me wrap this up, though. I want to say thank you again for joining, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. I would really love to boost my subscribers up, because once I get to 500, if you don't know this already, this means that you haven't seen one of my other videos, which I promote this on every video. So I'm trying to get to 500 subscribers, okay? And every milestone I hit, 500, 750, 1,000, I've got pretty good key books. And at the 500 subscriber mark, I have a video that's already made. I'll be showing you the link, which you have to go on to that, watch that video. Click like on that video. I will check. Leave a comment on that video. Keep it clean. Make sure that you're a subscriber to my channel. And when I hit 500, I will take all the comments that are there, throw them into a randomizer, and somebody will be getting this. Oh, what is this? This is Venom Annual #1, 9.8 white page, signed by Cates and Stegman. Boom. I'll pay for the shipping even, as long as you're in the continental U.S. If you're in Canada, it's additional shipping or whatever, we will work something out. Matter of fact, no matter where you are, even if you're in Australia, we'll figure out something, because I really want to get that book. And if I've got a subscriber in Australia, that'd be really cool too. Okay, so anyway, thank you so much for joining. Thank you for sticking around as long as this video has run. And I always have fun doing it. I'm hoping that you do too. And looking forward to more videos as we go. But until such time, I'm out.